Have you ever wondered what it would feel like to truly let go of the pressures, expectations, and burdens that have weighed you down for years? Imagine stepping into a life where your peace, joy, and fulfillment are the only things that truly matter. In this video, we'll explore how embracing simplicity, letting go of unnecessary stress, and redefining your goals can bring you newfound freedom in your 70s and beyond. This is more than just another phase of life. It's a powerful opportunity to reflect on everything you've learned, let go of what no longer serves you, and discover new layers of happiness and wisdom. If you've ever felt trapped by others' opinions, material possessions, or outdated routines, this video will guide you through how to release those chains and live authentically on your terms. Stay with us until the end because we'll be sharing life-changing insights on how to embrace your natural beauty, create meaningful connections, and truly savor the moments that bring you the most joy. Whether it's freeing yourself from toxic relationships, decluttering your life, or finding the courage to say no to obligations that drain you, this video holds the key to unlocking a more fulfilling and peaceful chapter of your life. If you are not subscribed, I recommend subscribing and activating the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support means a lot to me, and if you enjoyed this video, you can help me continue spreading the valuable lessons by liking and sharing it. If you like the topic of this video, please comment 1. If you don't, please comment 0 to let me know how I can improve and make better videos for you. Now, let's begin. 1. Releasing the need for approval, living on your terms. One of the most profound and liberating realizations that comes with age is understanding that you no longer have to seek anyone else's approval to live your life fully. Think about how many years you've spent carrying the heavy burden of worrying about what others thought of you. Whether it was friends, family, co-workers, or even society as a whole. How often did you twist yourself into someone else's version of good enough, suppressing parts of your true self just to fit into a mold that wasn't even yours? It's heartbreaking when you look back and see how much of your happiness was sacrificed to meet the expectations of others. But now, in this beautiful stage of life, you finally have the wisdom to see the truth. Your approval is the only one that matters. Imagine how much lighter, how much freer you would feel if you let go of the need for external validation. Picture waking up each day with the confidence to follow your heart and make choices that are genuinely aligned with who you are, rather than worrying about being judged or criticized. How many dreams did you put on hold? How many opportunities did you miss because you were too concerned with what someone else might think? Maybe you stayed in a soul-draining job because it was the right thing to do in someone else's eyes. Maybe you kept up relationships with people who didn't truly see or appreciate your worth, all because you didn't want to be perceived as selfish or unkind. But here's the truth you know now, with the clarity and wisdom that only age can bring. None of those external opinions define who you are. Your worth has always been within you, untouched by the judgments of others. You hold the power to shape your life according to what brings you joy, peace, and fulfillment. There's something deeply empowering about stepping into this new chapter of life, where you finally dare to live unapologetically for yourself. The invisible chains of expectation that once held you back can be broken, once and for all. As we grow older, we see more clearly. We realize that living authentically, without seeking constant approval from others, isn't selfish, it's an act of self-love. It's about honoring the person you've worked so hard to become and refusing to allow anyone else to dim your light. When you let go of needing validation from others, you gain the freedom to live a life that is deeply, joyfully, and completely yours. This is the kind of liberation that fills your heart with contentment and peace, the kind that allows you to finally breathe and say, I am enough, just as I am. 2. Lightening your life by letting go of material possessions. Over the years, it's astonishing how much we accumulate. Furniture, clothes, gadgets, knickknacks. At the time, these things seemed so important, didn't they? We surrounded ourselves with them, believing that they would provide comfort, a sense of accomplishment, or even security. We told ourselves that the more we had, the better our lives would be. But as we move into our later years, we begin to see the truth. It's not the things we own that bring us lasting joy. It's the experiences we cherish, the connections we make, and the relationships that nourish our souls. Take a moment right now. Look around your home. How many of these items still serve you? Do they genuinely bring you happiness, or are they just collecting dust, taking up precious space in your life? The thought of decluttering might feel daunting at first, especially because so many of these objects are tied to memories, moments that are special to us. But here's a gentle truth. You don't need to hold on to every single item to honor those memories. The memories live within you, not in the objects themselves. Letting go of things that no longer serve a purpose can feel like the most refreshing breath of air, like opening a window after years of keeping it closed. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Imagine how much lighter your life could feel if you released the weight of possessions that no longer add value. When you clear your physical space, you are also clearing your mind, your heart, and your emotional space. You make room for new experiences, room for new relationships, room for growth. You invite in the possibility of living more freely, unburdened by the clutter of things that no longer hold meaning. Now, think about the last time you felt pure, unfiltered joy. Was it because of a material possession? Or was it connected to something deeper, an experience that touched your soul, a moment shared with a loved one, an achievement that filled you with pride? Chances are, the things that have truly brought you happiness aren't the objects you've accumulated over the years, but the memories you've created. These moments, the ones filled with laughter, love, and connection, are what fill your heart and soul, not the things that fill your shelves. By lightening your load and letting go of material possessions, you open yourself up to the freedom of living a life focused on what truly matters. The process may take time, but each item you release is one step closer to a life filled with more peace, more clarity, and more space for the things that genuinely make your heart sing. 3. Saying no to obligations that drain you. How many times have you found yourself trapped in a situation where you're smiling politely, making small talk, but deep down all you want is to be at home, cozy with a cup of tea and a good book? For so much of our lives, we say yes out of habit, duty, or fear of disappointing others. We attend events we have no interest in, engage in conversations that feel shallow, and overextend ourselves in the name of politeness. But as the years go by, we start to realize a simple truth. It's not only okay to say no, it's essential. Imagine how your life would change if you only said yes to what truly fills your heart and soul with joy. Permitting yourself to say no isn't selfish. It's an act of profound self-care. Think about it. How many times have you agreed to something that drained your energy and left you feeling exhausted or resentful, simply because you didn't want to let someone down? What if, instead, you gave yourself the grace to decline without guilt? This isn't about isolating yourself from the world. It's about reclaiming your time, energy, and peace. It's about recognizing that your well-being is worth protecting. Imagine the freedom that comes from choosing to invest your time in ways that genuinely uplift and nourish you. Picture a life where you don't feel obligated to attend every social event, respond to every invitation, or meet every expectation placed upon you. By saying no to the things that drain you, you're not just preserving your energy. You're creating space for the things that truly matter. You're opening the door to experiences that align with your values, bring you joy, and leave you feeling fulfilled instead of depleted. In your 70s and beyond, you've earned the right to curate your social life in a way that feels deeply meaningful. You no longer need to be everywhere, doing everything for everyone. The expectations of others no longer have to dictate how you spend your time. By saying no to what no longer serves you, you're saying yes to yourself, to your happiness, and to the moments that fill your heart with peace and contentment. There's a quiet power in embracing this freedom. It's not about turning your back on people or responsibilities. It's about honoring the life you've built and the person you've become. You deserve to fill your days with experiences and people who bring light to your life. And it's perfectly okay to leave behind the obligations that dim that light. Saying no is not just a refusal. It's an affirmation of the life you truly want to live. 4. Embracing authentic beauty. celebrating who you are now. For much of our lives, we are constantly bombarded with images and messages of what beauty should be: flawless skin, youthful features, and a perfect body. Society tells us that beauty is something tied to youth, something fleeting that we must chase. But as the years pass, a beautiful truth unfolds before us. Real beauty has nothing to do with society's impossible standards. It's not about hiding the natural signs of aging. It's about embracing every part of who you are in this very moment, with all your wrinkles, gray hairs, and the profound wisdom you've gained on your journey. What if you stopped worrying about looking younger and started celebrating the incredible beauty of who you are right now? How freeing would it feel to finally let go of the pressure to fit into a mold that was never meant for you? Every line on your face is a map of the experiences that shaped you. Those laugh lines are the imprints of countless moments of joy, shared with people who matter. Each gray hair is a silver thread of wisdom, earned through years of learning, growing, and evolving. And those scars, they are symbols of your strength, proof that you've weathered life's storms and come out even stronger. Authentic beauty is so much deeper than what we see in the mirror. It's in the confidence that comes from knowing who you are and being proud of the person you've become. It's in the kindness you show to others, the way your heart radiates love and compassion. It's in the sparkle in your eyes when you talk about something that lights up your soul. Imagine how liberating it would be to shift your focus from trying to fix yourself to celebrating all that you are. True beauty isn't about looking a certain way. It's about the joy and grace that radiate from within. As you age, you have the opportunity to embrace this authentic beauty in a way that's more meaningful than ever before. You no longer need to chase after youth or perfection because you know that beauty is so much more than that. It's the fullness of your life, the stories etched into your skin, and the deep well of wisdom that comes from a lifetime of experiences. When you begin to celebrate who you are now, you open yourself to a sense of peace and self-love that transcends the superficial. You realize that the most beautiful thing you can be is exactly who you are, right here, right now. 5. Reevaluating activities that no longer bring joy. Life is made up of routines, some of which bring us comfort and happiness, while others start to feel like heavy burdens. As we get older, it becomes increasingly important to step back and truly reflect on how we spend our time and energy. Are there activities you find yourself doing simply out of habit, even though they no longer bring you joy or fulfillment? Imagine the freedom that would come from letting go of just one of those activities today. How would it feel to create more space in your life for new interests, new passions, or simply more moments of peace? After the age of 70, there's a beautiful opportunity to break free from the obligations and routines that no longer serve you. This is your time to explore, experiment, and rediscover what truly makes your heart sing. Maybe there's a social group or a tradition you've been holding onto out of a sense of duty, even though you've outgrown it. Perhaps there's an activity you once loved but now feels more like an obligation, a task you feel you should do, rather than something you want to do. This is your moment to reevaluate how you're spending your precious time. Life is too short to fill it with activities that drain you or leave you feeling empty. Imagine the joy of saying goodbye to those outdated routines and filling your days with things that bring you genuine happiness and fulfillment. It might be something as simple as picking up a new hobby you've always been curious about, or maybe it's the freedom of having more unscheduled time to relax, reflect, and just be. At this stage in life, you have earned the right to be selective about how you spend your time. You no longer need to hold on to activities just because they've always been part of your routine. Instead, you can choose to fill your life with things that bring you joy, creativity, and a sense of purpose. Letting go isn't about loss. It's about opening up space for something new, something better. Embrace this time of reevaluation as a chance to realign your life with what truly matters to you. You deserve to live each day with intention, focusing on the things that nurture your spirit and bring you the deepest satisfaction. 6. Cutting ties with toxic relationships. Relationships are undoubtedly one of the most meaningful and cherished parts of life, but not all of them are nurturing. As we grow older, we begin to see more clearly which relationships uplift us and which ones slowly drain our energy, leaving us feeling emotionally exhausted. Whether it's a so-called friend who constantly brings negativity into every conversation or a family member whose words are sharp with criticism and judgment, toxic relationships can weigh heavily on your heart and spirit. Have you ever experienced the heart-wrenching process of walking away from a toxic relationship? How did it feel to finally break free, and what impact did it have on your peace, your joy, and your life as a whole? Walking away from an unhealthy relationship may feel difficult, but it's an act of immense courage and self-care. It's not selfish to protect your well-being. In fact, it's essential. You have every right to create boundaries and distance yourself from anyone who brings harm to your emotional health. The truth is, you deserve to be surrounded by people who lift you, who celebrate who you are, and who bring light and positivity into your world. Imagine the relief that would come from cutting ties with those who constantly drain your energy. How much more space would you have in your life for the relationships that truly matter? The ones that fill you with love, joy, and a sense of belonging. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 2 below to let me know that you are still here with me. It's not easy to let go of toxic relationships, especially when they're deeply ingrained in your life or involve people you care about. However, staying in a relationship that constantly pulls you down can have lasting effects on your mental and emotional health. You deserve better. You deserve peace. You deserve to be surrounded by people who see your worth and treat you with kindness and respect. It may feel uncomfortable or even painful at first to sever those ties, but in the end, you're making room for healing, for peace, and for the kind of love that nurtures your soul instead of tearing it apart. As you move forward, remind yourself that you're not abandoning anyone. You're simply choosing yourself, and that's a powerful, life-affirming decision. You have so much love to give, and it should be reserved for those who appreciate, support, and cherish you. Walking away from toxic relationships isn't just about cutting ties. It's about reclaiming your life and your happiness. When you choose to surround yourself with healthy, supportive relationships, you open the door to more love, more joy, and more moments that make life truly beautiful. 7. Stopping the comparison game and finding joy in your journey. It's incredibly easy to fall into the comparison trap. We look at other people's lives, their successes, their families, their health, and before we know it, we start measuring ourselves against them. We question whether we've done enough, whether we've made the right choices, or if we've somehow fallen short. But by the time we reach our 70s, we begin to understand something truly freeing. Comparison is the thief of joy. Every single person's journey is different, and success doesn't look the same for all of us. Imagine how much lighter, how much more peaceful life would feel if you could let go of the urge to compare and instead embrace your own beautiful, imperfect, unique journey. What if you could finally stop measuring your worth by someone else's standards? How freeing would it be to let go of that inner voice that whispers, "You're not enough," or "You should have done more." The truth is, you are enough, and your life is a masterpiece in its own right. Every twist and turn, every unexpected detour, has made you who you are today. Embracing your path, with all its highs and lows, allows you to find joy in your journey rather than wishing you were on someone else's. There is deep beauty in owning your story, in accepting that your life unfolded in a way that was meant for you, not anyone else. Think about the times you found yourself comparing your life to others. Did it bring you happiness, or did it leave you feeling diminished? The truth is, that comparison robs us of the ability to fully appreciate the richness of our own experiences. It blinds us to the blessings and the triumphs we've already achieved. When you stop looking over your shoulder at what others are doing, you create space to honor the life you've built, the challenges you've overcome, and the wisdom you've gained along the way. We all have our paths to walk, and none of us is on the same timeline. There is no need to measure your success by someone else's achievements or feel that your worth is determined by external standards. The beauty of your journey lies in its uniqueness, in the ways you've grown, in the relationships you've nurtured, and in the lessons you've learned. Letting go of comparison isn't just a step toward peace. It's an invitation to celebrate the extraordinary life you've created. When you choose to stop comparing and start embracing your journey, You allow joy to bloom right where you are, in the life you are living today. So, take a deep breath and release the weight of comparison. Your journey is yours, and it's enough. It's more than enough. And in recognizing that, you'll find peace and a joy that is truly your own. 8. Embracing peace instead of constant busyness. For so much of our lives, we're taught that staying busy is a badge of honor. We equate constant work, relentless activity, and endless to-do lists with proving our worth. We hustle, we push ourselves, always chasing the next goal or milestone. But as we grow older, as we move into our 70s and beyond, something profound begins to shift within us. We start to understand that peace, true, deep, restorative peace, is just as important, if not more so, than constant busyness. The truth is, there's no shame in slowing down, in taking time to rest, reflect, and simply be. But have you ever caught yourself feeling guilty for taking a day off or not being as productive as you once were? Imagine what it would feel like to release that guilt entirely. What if you gave yourself the full permission to rest without feeling like you're wasting time? Rest isn't indulgence. It's essential. It's a gift we give ourselves to rejuvenate, heal, and restore our spirit. Our bodies aren't meant to be in perpetual motion, and neither are our minds. Aging brings a beautiful wisdom that teaches us that life is not a race. There's no finish line to cross or a prize for who can stay the busiest. Peace, reflection, and stillness are treasures in themselves, offering us a chance to savor the moment, breathe deeply, and recharge our souls. There's a quiet power in embracing rest. Think about how many times you've pushed yourself to keep going, even when you were exhausted, emotionally, mentally, or physically. How many times did you convince yourself that slowing down was lazy, or that taking a break meant you were falling behind? But the beauty of this stage of life is that you can finally let go of that pressure. You've spent decades working, striving, and achieving. Now is your time to embrace the stillness, to honor the rhythm of your body and spirit. The wisdom that comes with age allows us to recognize that peace is not something we need to earn. It's something we deserve. Our culture often glorifies busyness, but there is so much richness in rest. Sometimes, the most productive thing you can do is nothing at all. Just permit yourself to enjoy the simple pleasure of being present, without the need to accomplish or prove anything. So, if you ever find yourself feeling guilty for taking a break or choosing peace over activity, remind yourself of this. You've earned it. Your worth isn't tied to how much you do or how busy you stay. Your worth is inherent, and your well-being is worth protecting. Rest isn't wasting time. It's honoring the time you've been given. It's in those quiet moments of peace that you can truly connect with yourself, reflect on the life you've lived, and find joy in the simple act of being. 9. Redefining goals in this season of life. When we're younger, so many of our goals are shaped by the world around us. We chase after a successful career, strive for financial security, and build a family because that's what society tells us is important. We work tirelessly to check off the boxes on the list of achievements, thinking that's the path to fulfillment. But as the years pass, something shifts. We begin to realize that those goals, once so pressing and urgent, may no longer resonate with who we've become. And that's perfectly okay. What if you allowed yourself to let go of those goals that no longer reflect your true self? What if you redefine success, not by the standards of others, but by the things that genuinely bring you joy today? In your 70s and beyond, this is your time to step back and reflect on what matters. This season of life is not about chasing the same ambitions that fueled your younger years. It's about asking yourself, what do I truly want now? Maybe your goals are no longer about accumulating wealth or climbing a career ladder. Instead, they might be about savoring the moments that matter, spending quality time with the people you love, diving into a passion you've always wanted to explore, or simply finding peace and contentment in the everyday moments that often go unnoticed. Redefining your goals at this stage isn't about giving up on ambition. It's about shifting your focus to what genuinely fulfills your heart and soul. It's about setting goals that bring a deeper sense of purpose, rather than just ticking off accomplishments. You may no longer feel the pressure to achieve in the traditional sense, but that doesn't mean your life is any less rich or meaningful. In fact, by letting go of goals that no longer serve you, you're making space for more intentional, authentic living. You're permitting yourself to prioritize what truly brings you happiness and peace. There is something profoundly liberating about redefining success on your terms. It's no longer about how much you've achieved or how far you've come by someone else's standards. It's about recognizing the beauty of where you are right now and embracing what truly matters to you. Whether it's nurturing relationships, pursuing creative passions, or simply enjoying the quiet pleasures of life, your goals are now guided by what fills your heart with joy. This season of life invites you to live with greater intention, focusing not on doing more, but on being more present, more connected, more at peace. Redefining your goals allows you to align with the person you've become and to create a life that reflects the wisdom, joy, and fulfillment you've earned through all the experiences that have brought you to this point. Embracing the beauty of your journey. As you step into your 70s and beyond, you find yourself at a profound crossroads, one that invites you to live with a depth of joy, intention, and inner peace greater than ever before. This chapter of life is not just about growing older. It's about growing deeper. It's about uncovering new layers of wisdom, embracing your truest self, and shedding the layers of expectations that no longer serve you. Now is the perfect time to pause and reflect on everything you've experienced, learned, and loved along the way. This is your moment to let go of what no longer holds meaning and to make space for what truly does. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 3 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Maybe it's the weight of others' opinions that you're finally ready to release. Or perhaps it's the physical clutter in your home, the trinkets and possessions that no longer carry the same significance they once did. Or maybe it's the outdated goals that don't align with who you are today. Letting go of these things isn't about loss. It's about liberation. It's about freeing yourself to fully embrace what truly matters. Your happiness, your cherished relationships, and the simple pleasures that bring fulfillment to your days. Imagine how your life would feel if you fully leaned into the freedom that comes with this season of life. The freedom to prioritize your well-being without guilt. The freedom to nurture deeper, more meaningful bonds with the people who bring you joy. The freedom to focus your time and energy on the experiences and activities that make your heart sing. No more obligations or expectations holding you back. Just the beautiful opportunity to live in a way that honors who you are, right here, right now. Every moment presents a chance to reconnect with the joy and purpose that have always been within you, patiently waiting to be rediscovered. This phase of life isn't about slowing down. It's about shifting your focus to what truly brings you peace and contentment. It's about realizing that happiness doesn't come from doing more or achieving more, but from being present, appreciating the beauty in each day, and living each moment with intention. Your journey, with all its twists and turns, is uniquely yours. Embrace the beauty of where you are now, and allow yourself to step into this chapter with open arms, knowing that the best moments are the ones that fill your heart, not your calendar. You've earned this freedom, this peace, and this joy. All you need to do is embrace it. As we've explored together, this chapter of life is about so much more than simply growing older. It's about embracing the wisdom, freedom, and joy that come with it. Whether it's letting go of toxic relationships, redefining your goals, or finding peace in the present, this journey is yours to shape. Now, we'd love to hear from you. What have you learned so far? Share one thing you've taken away from this that you'll bring into practice in your own life in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please leave your comment below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more inspiring content. Thank you for being part of this journey with us.